So I thought that, circle was pretty off the cuff, a lot of the exercises that I was offering. So I just thought I would go through some of the flow that I could remember that we did and just offer it this way. So hopefully this works out for everybody. So some of the neck stretches that we did were, first we started by sitting up nice and tall, expanding through the collarbones, allowing the pelvic floor to press downwards into the floor so that it elongates your spine, that equal opposite effect. Push down to go up. And then take your chin to your chest. Option to clasp the fingers together, draw the elbows in towards the body, place the hands behind the head, and allow that extra little bit of weight to open through the back of the neck just a little bit more. Breathe deeply. Take 3 breaths. After your 3rd breath, gently release your hands from your head. Tilt back up to center. And then we'll take the right ear to the right shoulder. It's funny because I usually try to mirror, and I think that in the video it's actually the opposite, so it's looking like I am going to my left side, but I often will switch my directions to maintain what everybody's seeing. And now it seems like I should have just went to my right side, but regardless, right ear, right shoulder. If that's enough, just stay there. Otherwise, you're going to reach your right hand up, allow it to rest on the side of the head, and maybe walk the left fingertips away from the body on the floor. And as you're breathing, just relax your shoulders. Take one more final breath here. And gently release both of the hands and the head back to center. And then trade sides. So left ear, left shoulder. And I think from this point forward, I'm not going to mirror anything in my words. If you'd like, just stay here, keeping the chest open, the shoulders dropped. Otherwise, you might want to reach across with your hand for the side of your head for that extra little pressure. Option to stay here or walk the fingertips of your right hand away from your body. Again, just imagining that each breath is bringing fresh oxygen and healing, high vibrational energy to all the cells in and around the throat chakra, and each exhale is allowing any stagnant energy or extra additional baggage that you might be holding to just melt away. Like you just put some butter into a pan and turned on the stove, and it's going from its more solid form into a liquid. Gently release, come back to center. Okay, so opening through the front of the throat. This might feel really vulnerable. I know I often feel quite vulnerable when I do throat opening exercises, which is one of the reasons why I opt to teach them a lot, because it's quite I imagine, like, even from a primal brain place, the idea of like exposing your throat to prey or predators, it could trigger something. But also I think it's really important to allow for that expansion and just breathe into, if you're having any fear sensations coming up, just like, I'm safe, I am elongating, I am stretching. So before you just back your head up, you can see what is accessible to me when I just drop my head back. So this time, instead of just dropping the head back, I'm going to double chuck my chin. It's going to help me get out of that vertebrae where the axis is sitting in the atlas, at the top of the cervical spine. Double tuck, and then allow the throat to open, the head to drop back. Take the hands, place them on the heart, and gently press the heart down towards the feet. One more big breath. And come back through the center. Hi, Nina. Okay. So then I think after those, then we did some neck circles. So your chin comes to your chest. Rock your ear to one side. And just start with these semicircles to check in with the neck. You can either continue with semicircles or begin to take the head and release it all the way back slowly and complete the full circle. If you're hearing a crack, crack, crack sound, you'll just want to ease up on how far back you're allowing your head to go when it goes towards your back. I release, control, and surrender to the blessings of the universe. Okay, pause and go the opposite way if you're doing those full circles. Yeah. Okay, coming back through to center. in. Okay, shoulder shrugs. So imagining just finding yourself seated again, or maybe you're doing these standing, either or is fine. If you're seated, you're going to again press your pelvis into the floor, sit up tall, wide collarbones, proud of the offerings that you are supporting yourself with. If you're standing, you're going to find your feet are firmly planted into the ground. Again, stable, strong, consistent. And as you are sitting up nice and tall, breathe into your belly. If you're not sure if you're breathing into your belly, I want you to take your hands and place them on your belly. And direct your breath there. So breathing in, the belly expands like you're filling up a balloon. And as you exhale, it just gently comes back, belly button back towards the spine. If you were ever told, suck in your gut, we're going to ignore that right now. Try to let that filter out of your mind space. And tell yourself instead that it is healthy for me to breathe fully into my belly. In fact, it is very calming for my nervous system when I take belly breaths. It helps me return into a rest and digest phase. It helps me lower my cortisol and my stress hormones. It helps me feel at peace. As you're breathing into your belly, you're calming your heart rate. Becoming present with your neck and shoulder area. Becoming present with the tongue, the jaw, the cheeks, the lips, the ears, the neck, the shoulders, the main governing bodies of your throat chakra. I'm going to energetically remove baggage that might be resting in the shoulder area. A large majority of people hold stress and tension in through the neck and shoulders. And so we want to physically work on this area, and then from this physical place move into more of a mental and then a spiritual way of realigning and balancing the throat so that we can be more authentic and allow for others to be their authentic selves too. So you can release your hands if they're still on your belly and touch the ground. If you're standing, just let your hands be loose and slack. And you're going to breathe in, scrunch your shoulders up to your ears, squeeze, 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 and let them drop. We're going to do that 10 times. Really compress. You need to compress. The human being is in a constant I don't know if it would be homeostasis, but a constant flux of contraction, expansion, contraction, expansion. So we're gonna contract our shoulders, contract our neck, and as we release, that contraction can offer a space for more expansion in this area. So exhale your air to prepare. Breathe in, squeeze. 5. 'Last one. And give your shoulders a shake. So then I think after that, we did lead into some shaking. I would encourage you to offer yourself a song. Put on whatever kind of really makes you move your body, and just do your best to maintain shaking throughout that whole song, remembering what I said about how that shaking is a somatic way to allow for any energetic blockages or unintegrated emotional charge to be shaken like a muddy glass of water where all the sediment has dropped to the bottom and you can't see it, and you're like, oh, the glass is clear, and then you shake it up and you're like, wait, it's not clear, and now I can see it, and now I'm gonna filter out my water. So it gives you that opportunity. And then after shaking, I did a Kundalini exercise with you guys, which was in the shape of a victory. So very empowered, right? We are empowering ourselves, and by empowering ourselves, we're giving space for the manifestation of our creativity and our gifts and our full expression. And so yeah, you'll be in a V shape, and you'll be opening and closing your hands. And the imagery of that as you open and close your hands is that you are calling in your blessings. You are allowing the universe to provide for you. You are saying like, yes, bring it to me. I want it. I'm here. I'm ready to receive. And yeah, you're ready to receive all that life has to offer you. And then after we did the victory, I don't know actually what it's called in Kundalini. I really love that exercise. After we did that, then we did breath of joy. So that's a 3-part inhale through your nose, as if you're a conductor. So your inhale again is you are expanding, you are opening, you are receptive, you are, bye Nina, go for a walk. You are receptive, and I'll do that one right with my right and left side. Okay. All right, so we're gonna do 3-part inhale and a big exhale out. And the imagery that I like to use is that when you are exhaling out, when you are forcefully
blessings. You're saying yes to the universe, and you are cutting down anything that is blocking you from those blessings. You are recalling your energy from any scattered places that you may have left it, whether it be a relationship, whether it be a traumatic experience, whatever it is, you are severing those ties and reclaiming your energy. So sometimes I imagine that like I have an axe or something. So if it feels good to you, you can also grab your hands like this and chop at something. Some people like different things, so you just do what feels best, but we're going to maintain the breath. And yeah, and this breath is breath of joy. It's really about elevating yourself and feeling enlivened. So I'll just do a little flow, and if you want to follow along, you can. If you just want to use this breath on your own accord, do what is best for you. Okay. Two more. And on the last one, just stay down in a forward fold. You might want to grab your opposite elbows and take a slight bend in the knees and just sway a little from side to side. Release your head. Ugh, my hood's weird. Shake it yes, shake it no. And then slowly begin to stand up. Yes, last breath of joy. What else did we do? Yes, bringing it in. And by the way, when you're doing this one, so I was using an inhale through my nose and an exhale out of my mouth with a little like, and that's how I like to do that one. I can't remember if that's in particular how they've always taught it in Kundalini, but that's how I get the most enjoyment and most what's the word I'm looking for? The most enjoyment, and my body just responds the best to that way. It feels most authentic to me. And realistically, like any of these things that I've offered, do them if they feel authentic to you. And sometimes something might not feel authentic necessarily, but also question certain opportunities where you may be met with resistance towards doing some of these activities, and reflect upon where that resistance is coming from. Because something that I've noted for myself is a lot of the times my resistance actually comes in when I do need to do something. And sometimes it's an ego-based thing, sometimes it's a fear, but yeah, a lot of times I find great benefit when I push through a resistance. And the main thing is just having fun and trying these things out, seeing what works for you, what really resonated, what lit you up. Do the things that light you up. Like, I don't know what better gift you could give to the world than doing things that inspire you and light you up. Because anytime people are lit up, the whole of our society benefits from your grace and your happiness. You are like a freaking beacon. So do these things that light you up, please. And okay, so did that. I can't remember anything else that we offered in the outdoor time. So I will. I don't know how else to send this to you, but to post it on my YouTube. So I'll be doing that, I guess, and sharing the link with you. So any other people that happen to watch this that aren't quite sure about what I'm talking about, basically these are a few offerings that I offered during my men's and women's circle that I do once a month in Coquitlam. And we were working with the throat chakra. So this is where these things are coming from. And yeah, I don't know, maybe I should have just did like a whole throat chakra video, but now I'm kind of complete, and I'm definitely someone that I like to do things when I'm inspired, and I felt really inspired to just talk to the camera today and explain to those that attended, but also if anyone else finds this and benefits from it, fantastic. If you have other questions or comments or just little reflections that you'd like to share based on this, please do. If you have ideas of videos that you might like to see, I do a lot of work with the chakras. I do a lot of work with, to be honest, a lot of things, but I don't post about them all. I do a lot of stuff. But yeah, so that's it for now. Okay, much love.